I literally did this strategy and went live consistently since August and have already generated 50K within my business. Let's talk about how to switch your niche on Instagram and make a profit from it without the burnout. I myself have personally been able to pivot so many times throughout my personal business career. I went from basically just sharing pictures of myself to then doing a fitness transformation personally, which turned into a fitness business. And then I transitioned to fitness business coaching other fitness professionals how to build and grow their online fitness business. And now I am a full-time business coach. I have my business with the Brand Training University, helping fitness professionals grow and scale their business online. And now I also have Convert to Scale, where I help other coaches get clear on their messaging, understand who their audience is, and create more conversion content, helping you convert your Instagram page to scale your business and make more sales. And personally, I've been able to help hundreds of clients on social media transition and start earning 10, 20 plus K months all online without the burnout. And that's exactly what I'm going to share with you today, those exact strategies. So one of the first questions that you want to ask yourself is, why are you making this pivot? Is it something that you are actually passionate about doing and that you can show up with energy and talk about for hours every single day? Personally, for me, when I was doing fitness, that was my life. I was eating, breathing, sleeping fitness. And so it was so easy for me to share because one, I was going through my own transformation when I was 40 plus pounds heavier. And then two, I just loved it. I loved working out. I loved cooking, and I loved just sharing my knowledge to help impact and create change in other women's lives. And when I transitioned to the business side, I learned so much building my business from scratch in regards to the funnels, the email sequences, the how to make it happen. And so many fitness professionals were asking me, okay, how are you getting clients every week? How did you grow your business so fast? And that is what made me want to pivot to the coaching side, helping fitness professionals. And then I became a mom, and I kind of got lost in regards to my personal page. I didn't know what to do anymore. I was like, do I want to do mommy content? And that's what I thought I was going to do. I thought I was going to share and vlog my baby every single week. But if any of you guys are new mothers, the issue is hard. I don't know how some of you YouTubers who are moms literally go through the day you have the baby, 24 hours after the baby, 72 hours after the baby, week 1, week 2, week 3 report. I don't know how you guys do it. I was attempting to do it, but being a new mom, it was so time consuming. I was so exhausted and tired. And I was like, I'm not passionate about, vlogging and taking note of my day to day with my son. I just want to enjoy my son. So I literally actually deactivated all of my social media accounts, and I went ghost on social media for about 6 months. And I just wanted to focus on my baby. And when I came back, I thought I might have an idea of what I wanted to do. And I was, again, just posting mom content, family content. I'm also newly married, and what that day-to-day life looks like. But my deep down desire, I wanted to make this shift and pivot to full-time business. But my personal page on Instagram was built on fitness. It was then built on mommy. A lot of new people were there either for fitness or for mom tips. I was breastfeeding, so I was giving so many tips on the days in the life of breastfeeding and sleep training and all those things. And the content was doing really well, but it wasn't something I was passionate about. And in my mind, I was like, I don't want to do this for the next 5 to 10 years. And so that's something that you want to ask yourself. If you're making a pivot, is this a business that you would see yourself doing 5 to 10 years from now? And even on the days that it gets hard, even if the days you want to quit because you don't see a lot of traction happening yet, you have to ask yourself, what else would you be doing? And does this light your fire up? If the answer is yes, you're passionate about this, yes, you would go show someone how to do XYZ for free just because you want to help them because you're passionate, then the answer is yes to making this pivot. Even if it's scary, you kind of just have to do it. And that's what I'm going to go into next. You want to then do market research. So now that you have an idea of okay, I'm making this pivot, I'm making this switch. And for me personally, it was going from fitness, mommy, to full on business coach. I knew my audience was different, but I started letting my audience know hey y'all, I'm going to be making this transition. I would love for you guys to stay here with me, but I totally understand if not, because my content is about to shift. And you literally just have to shift your messaging and you're going to attract that new audience. But before you know who that audience is, you have to do market research. And market research consists of understanding if there is an actual need and a desire and it's profitable within whatever niche you're going into. So for example, and when I say niche, I mean, it's like more of like a category of business. So you have like a coach, you have multiple different coaches, health coach, there's real estate, there's hair, there's beauty, there's so many different things that you can go into. And so personally for me, it was going to be in the coaching world, helping other aspiring coaches who are already either established, looking to scale and go to the next level, or who are just starting out and maybe have a passion to teach something and they want to turn that into a coaching program, more so a group coaching program and not so much one-on-one. And so I started doing research. I went through Instagram looking up specific hashtags related to my niche. So sales coach, marketing coach, business coach, Instagram coach, sales tips, marketing expert. These are just hashtags that are related to my niche. And then I started seeing what kind of content comes up, going into the comments and checking out what are people saying. Are they asking questions? If so, what questions are they asking? And really starting to understand the pain points, the struggles, the needs, the desires, and then seeing that there's a proof of concept out there. There are so many coaches out there, and that's okay too. If you're going into a niche and you see there's a lot of competition, at the end of the day, there's always going to be competition. Look at Starbucks. There's Starbucks, there's Dunkin' Donuts, there's Seattle's Best. Even there's Walmart, there's Target. There's always going to be someone else doing what you do. But what makes you unique? What makes your offer unique? And at the end of the day, you are your secret sauce. You make your coaching program unique. And most of the time, people aren't literally buying your program, they're buying you. Because you might see two different coaches, but this coach connects with you on a different level. Maybe like for me, I might invest in a coach who's also a mom, who's also a person of color, who's also maybe wearing glasses, just because there's different elements that I feel like I connect with them. And that's the same with you. You want to think about those commonalities and those values that connect with you. And then also with market research, when you're also finding a niche, it's like personal experience. As I mentioned, I made this switch because I have personal experience building my personal brand, building my businesses from scratch. I've already made so many mistakes. And so I'm teaching people the strategies and tools that have helped me. And I already have a proof of concept within my business, the Brand Training University. I already have a YouTube page with the Brand Training University as well. And that YouTube page is performing pretty well, actually attracting new clients and new leads. And so there's already a proof of concept that I built out through experience. And then on my personal page, when I was switching to pivot all of my content, I saw there's already proof of concept. I already see the pains and desires, and I have the experience. And once you do your market research, now it's time to get really clear on the content pillars that you want to focus on. And what that means is you want to have a theme throughout all of your content. So instead of just posting because you got to post, you want to have a strategy behind every single post. And what we like to say in Convert to Scale is you want to create valued content. And what that means is you want to have visual value. So when someone's coming and scrolling to your page, it's attractive, it's appealing. When they see it, it intrigues them to want to click on, read, and learn more. And that will come through a hook, having a hook, line, and sinker that's going to reel your audience in. And there's different forms of content that does that. For example, reels are really good for growth and educating and sharing your expertise, either using a trending audio or doing a talking reel where you're educating and showing again that you are the go-to expert on this given topic. Or a carousel that allows you to also educate, but nurture and really create rapport and trust with your audience. Also showing up in your stories, sharing your day-to-day, and make you seem like a real person. And along with the valued content, action-driven. You want your content to always have a call to action, because people don't necessarily know where to go. And if you don't tell them where to go, they're not going to click the link in your bio. They're not going to just randomly shoot in your DM, but they may if you have a clear content strategy that allows your audience to become so attracted to what you do, and your messaging is so clear that they want to learn more. They DM you because they're excited, like, oh my gosh, I love your content. How do I work with you? And that is what you want your content strategy to include and incorporate. And that goes into Elle, leadership. You want to help lead and guide your audience and let them know that you, again, are the go-to expert, and you, unique and authentic. Always be real, always be you, because again, like I said earlier, you are the secret sauce, okay? And E, edutaining. What that is educational and entertaining all combined into one piece of content, because people come to Instagram or YouTube or most social media platforms to either be entertained or educated. And if you can combine both of those into one 7 to 15 second video, or into, if you're doing YouTube, a full YouTube video, that's going to help allow your audience to like want to learn more, want to keep scrolling, and so forth. And then lastly, D, daily deliverance. And I don't literally mean you need to show up every single day unless you want to, if you have a clear strategy, because you could get burnt out. But what I mean is be consistent. So maybe it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and 2 of those are going to be a reel, and 1 of those is going to be a carousel. And going back to the content with your marketing strategy, you want to have a mixture and utilize every feature that Instagram has. So right now, video is really key. As you know, TikTok is one of the biggest competitors. And so if you can just really just show up, you don't have to do anything fancy. You can literally just grab your phone, grab your camera. You can be in the car. You can talk your thoughts, your ideas, ask questions. You can be in your kitchen, in your living room, in your bed. It doesn't matter, as long as you're really giving value and you're connecting with your audience. Reels are great, again, for growth and for educating. Carousels are great for, again, educating as well, but also nurturing your audience. And lives, if y'all ain't going live, you need to put that into your content strategy, because lives is going to really add that human element to your content strategy. It's live. You can make mistakes. That's okay. People can ask you questions. You want to share your story, maybe share a client's story, and share your offer. If you're unsure what your offer is, we will go over another video. Well, actually, just let me know. If you would love to learn how to create and craft an irresistible offer that will help give you sales and how to articulate that in your messaging and your content, go ahead and like this video and comment offer below, and that will let me know to go ahead and create that video in the coming weeks. When you have content pillars, this helps communicate to your audience there's different areas of your expertise, but it also helps create diversity within your timeline and on your page, so you don't come off too repetitive talking about only one thing. And again, it gives versatility along with organization within your content strategy and creation process. And some of those content pieces might be educational, personal, or promotional. And educational could be like a how-to, a tutorial, tips and tricks, overcoming different mistakes or breaking myths. And that will help really set yourself apart and show your expertise within whatever content pillar you're choosing to talk about on that given day or time. When it comes to personal brand, you might share a day in the life or a before and after, like, when I first started my business, I was here, but now I'm here. Or this is what you see on Instagram. This is what you don't see on Instagram. Stuff like that. So they can like, oh my gosh, that's so relatable. I've been there too, where I was struggling with my content, or where I had no idea what my niche was, or I thought I needed to build out my whole coaching program before I could actually sell it, and so forth. And with promotional pieces, that's where you will share client wins, testimonials, along with really going into the framework of your offer, so that way people can really truly see how working with you can actually help solve their problem or pain point and get them to a desired outcome or result, and have a transformative experience through working specifically with you and going through your program. And then also with every post, as I was mentioning, it should be value driven, but then you also want to think, okay, what's the purpose? What is the end goal that I want from this piece of content? Is it growth? Is it visibility? Is it to build rapport and grow my community? Or is it to actually sell my offer? And that is how you would strategize on the category and the type of piece of content, and then what the actual purpose is when it comes to actually creating it, along with that call to action of where you would direct people to go. if you know you're passionate about this pivot that you're making and you're wanting to go into, and you're okay starting from scratch, because that's pretty much what you're going to be doing. Just know that you have to be patient. It's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. I highly recommend, yes, even though I say you don't have to post daily, if you're pivoting, I recommend posting consistently for at least 30 days just to get your content booming. Let people know that, hey, I'm making this switch. It will reflect in your timeline. So especially those first 9 posts on your page, or those most recent 9 posts on your page, that's going to really indicate what you do and how you can help people, along with optimizing your bio. So you definitely want to get content out right off the gate. And so that is why I recommend a consistent 30-day strategy. That is what I did. I posted consistently for 30 days. And then I started narrowing it back, because now you could see, if you come to my page, tons of content that has been consistent along with my messaging, and that reflects my content pillars and is valued driven. And so once you start doing that, you'll start attracting new audience members. You'll start seeing new engagement. And these people that are coming to your page now are potentially your ideal client, are people that are there for what you're now producing versus what you might have been producing before. You could create a whole new page from scratch. That's totally up to you. I didn't personally do that, but I mean, I know some people who have, let me just start a whole new page from scratch and work from there. Or you can just go ahead and pivot and work from the page that you have right now. That's personally what I did. And then I recommend, after you make this pivot and you're really clear, okay, this is the niche I'm going into, write out a 3-year vision and game plan for your ideal business, your ideal life. Who are you serving? What is your offer? And then craft out a 1-sheeter of your offer, outlining the deliverables, outlining the outcome and the results that your audience and your clients will get, along with the transformative experience. What is your program promise? Outline that, and then go live and share it. Just write it out, and the very next day go live. And I'm telling you, if you incorporate all of this, plus a going live strategy every week, you will see a return on your investment. I've literally did this strategy and went live consistently since August, and have already generated 50K within my business. No lie. And so in the next video, stay tuned. In the next video, I'm going to share with you how I made $40,000 in under 30 days from this pivot strategy and consistently going live on my Instagram. If that is something that you're like, oh my gosh, I need the sauce, and make sure to subscribe, and hit that notification bell for next week's video, where I'm going to be diving into how I made $40,000 in under 30 days with my Go Live strategy. I'm going to give you the secret sauce, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But today, I hope that you found today's video really valuable. Make sure to grab that ultimate Instagram content strategy guide if you haven't already done so already. And then make sure to stay tuned for next week's video on how I made $40,000 in under 30 days. I'll see you guys in the next video.